High reps, low reps. Everyone in the gym has an opinion. Some people say you need heavy weight and low reps to build muscle. Others say lighter weight and higher reps are the key. And if you've been training for a while, that you've probably asked yourself, which one actually works? Because choosing the wrong approach can slow your progress for months, even years. So today we're going to break this down properly. No myths, no opinions. Just what actually builds muscle. Before we compare reps, you need to understand something important. Muscle growth doesn't come from a specific rep range. It comes from mechanical tension. In simple terms, your muscles need to produce force under load. That's the real driver of growth. Not the number of reps, not the type of exercise. Tension. Low reps usually mean heavier weight, higher force production, more strength focus. This type of training is excellent for building strength. And strength helps you lift heavier over time, which can indirectly help muscle growth. But there's a limitation. Low reps often mean less total time under tension and less overall volume, which are also important for hypertrophy. When low reps are useful, compound lifts building strength, progressing overload squats, deadlifts, bench press. Low reps work very well here. High reps usually mean lighter weight, more time under tension, more metabolic stress. This creates a strong burn and pump. And when taken close to failure, high reps can build muscle effectively, but there's also a downside. As reps get very high, fatigue builds up quickly. Cardio becomes a limiting factor, not the muscle itself. When high reps are useful, isolation exercises safer movements finishing sets. Great for arms, shoulders, and smaller muscles. Here's the key point. Both high reps and low reps can build muscle. As long as you train close to failure, that's what matters. If a set is too easy, it doesn't matter if it's 5 reps or 15 reps. It won't stimulate growth. Effort is the common factor. Research and real-world results show that 6 to 12 reps is the most practical range. Why? Good balance of load and volume. Manageable fatigue, easy to track progression. This is where most of your training should happen. Instead of choosing one, use both. Example structure: compound lifts, 4 to 8 reps. Isolation exercises, 10 to 15 reps. Optional finishers, 15 to 20 reps. This gives you strength hypertrophy, complete muscle development. The biggest mistake is not choosing the wrong rep range. It's training too far from failure. You finish a set, and you could still do 5 to 10 reps. That set didn't count. Muscle growth happens when the muscle is challenged, not when it's comfortable. At the end of the day, rep ranges don't matter if you're not progressing. If your weights and reps stay the same, your body has no reason to grow. Focus on increasing reps, increasing weight, improving execution. That's what builds muscle over time. Stop overthinking rep ranges. High reps work, low reps work. What matters is training hard, progressing over time, staying consistent. Use both intelligently, and you'll get the best results. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to put the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and tell me in the comments if you prefer high reps or low reps. And I'll see you in the next one.